Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Martin Wong. Now, in this morning trading idea with SMARTRobie, we have seen also the KLCI hitting the resistance at 1600 as such that it fell off. Let's look at what we have for you in store in the coming weeks. And of course, today is Friday. And Friday, we'll be looking at the advanced setup, which is the ST2, Stage 2 shares intraday. Now let's look at what we have for you. And this morning in our news headline, and definitely we want to look at the old name, which is called Premium Alert. And of course, our news roundup will be, first focus will be on TNB. Now we all know that TNB has been a power generation using the traditional coal-fired powered plants and also hydro in some circumstances like we've seen in Baku, but they are also venturing into renewable energy, something which is many of the traditional oil and gas players like BP and Exxon, they are going into it. So it is not much of a difference that TNB will be a force to be reckoned in the renewable energy, competing with smaller players like SL West and also Samaden and as well as CY Park, which we have seen price pressure coming in here. So this news is talking about that, and MIDF has actually a buy call on Tenaga for an outperform at 1180 for being a resilient play, and this is something very good for the those of you who are looking for dividend. Let's take a look at what this stock we have in place now this morning. But before we do that, let's look at the market. And this morning, if you can scroll up to our website, tradevsa.com, you could see the double top that we see here, that you can see. This is what we talk about, double top. And this is also a ST. Now, to see it better, switch over to your plugin, then you can see better. That's why we're seeing that resistance and the market is coming back to a sell-off. And also, it's been moving a fair bit, all right, since then. So profit taking is in place. But don't forget, also what we have this morning, market is down 6.68, okay, 6.68, and you can see many of them are in pink color, and that tells you where we are right now also, right, which is 1584. Energy and plantation seems to be the hottest sectors, and foreign funds continue to buy straight up, but we just have a little bit of very little buying, only about 17 million, but we have the top one was on the 18. That's why we saw the market it is. As the market continue to come down, then we'll see many of these will start to taper off. Of course, you can scroll down and also look at those sectors that we have. But all being said, let's switch over to SMARTRobie here, and you can see going into back to the KLSCI and switching to Robie chart. And we key in TNB, we send, right, and stock chart, stock comment, that you would see this chart in here has a green pentagon, but immediately after the green pentagon, we have also sellers coming up to sell in here, a lot of pressure. And let's take a look at the live stock prices this morning. And yes, it's still holding up in there. Now take a look at it. If the what you see on the screen with the TP price of 1190 right now, just short of 10 ringgit, so we are talking about slightly more than 10% upside in here. For those of you who are considering, do check out the dividend for these stocks and seeing whether this is a good payment or not. All right, let's move on to our next story. That's right. Now, next story will be on focus on Inari. Let's take a look at Inari. We know that Inari has been likelihood, as I said, that be likelihood to be included in the Bursa FBM30, and that's what these stocks usually come up. Any stocks that normally to be included in there, foreign funds will like it enough because it highly liquid trading, and also it is also a popular and part of the rebalancing that a lot of the fund manager need to have. So Inari already made slightly higher, and this morning let's take a look at it. And also it's one of the stocks that we picked for our trading portfolio when the green pentagon came out, still holding up at 389, but it does has a very, very long upthrust, and such profit taking did come in, you can see, and this is the real concern. So far we had, and usually when you see, and also take a look at this one, you have the first top, second top, and just like the KLCI, very likelihood this market will come in. And those of you who are very experienced trader, I assume if you're joining us today, this is somewhere possibly take a little bit of profit in there. Again, go back to your trading plan. Just don't do it for the sake of doing it. Always have a plan, and from the plan onwards, like we advocate in all our educational program, you will definitely learn something from it. And this story talk about Ameritron, Inari joint venture with a Chinese partner, Fortune Tech Capital, CFTC, to contribute about 486 million and 100% equity share of Yuwu Semiconductors. And all in all, ATK will contribute 8% to Inari total revenue, a big player right now in here, and remain to be one of the popular technology stocks in here. All being said, Inari has made a good run so far. Not surprised if we do see a little bit of profit taking under pressure coming in right now. All right, let's exit out from here. Let's go on to our next story. Now, next story is on Supermax, which did had a green pentagon earlier on, but this news came in timely, or more like, came in and sort of wash out everybody and had a 8% fall yesterday. And of course, Supermax will have some press statement to this in here. But this is not the first glove maker that is been banned by the US Customs. They tend to be very picky about the labor sources that been put up in here. But I do think Supermax eventually will sort it out with the right connection in here, because you need to have some sort of US representative with the US CB Custom Border Patrol in there, and to resolve the WRP as well as top glove. So Supermax will have a bit of sideways moving in there. Does that mean it's time to buy? Take a look at Kosan and Hata, which have a better stock chart. But right now you can see on Supermax wise, you can see this chart. No doubt, if you have a red pentagon, you have a red pentagon. That's right, a red pentagon came out, but then you also have a green pentagon came out earlier, much earlier. So that basically tells you what we have. It was really a wash, and immediately a red pentagon comes out too. But right now, let's take a look at this morning, how the stock price reacting here. And you could see it's down 0.5% at 2 ringgit in here. All right, let's move on to our next story. And our next story will be on CIMB. Now, we do see banking stock has made a very good run, and all this, you can already check it out in our sector analysis, either in our SMARTRobie or in our trader dashboard on our web application in here. So you can check out 2 of our products of Trade VSA in here. Now, this story talks about CIMB going gangbuster because of moving into the digital landscape. That's right, they do have a license over in Philippines in here. So the research house is giving it a buy call with a target price of 5.95 ringgit in here. But since then, this stock really has moved up a fair bit. You could see some stocks like Hong Leong Banks, they already have moved up a fair bit in here. So let's take a look at CIMB on the stock chart itself. You can see since green pentagon has you probably be about 10%. So following the green pentagon has been very beneficiary, I would say so. And the green pentagon came out on the 7th of October at 486, continued to be uptrend after green pentagon in here, and markets continue to move upwards. Let's take a look at this. Now, of course, on good news like this, you will likely see profit taking coming along. So take note of that one too. Usually, biasalah, like we say, this is a market where we see many opportunity, and also it does hit a resistance on both sides of the KLSE sector. All right, now it's down -1.5% in here, reacting to this good news that we've seen so far. Next news is Vitrox. So Vitrox, another technology player in here. So VIT, and hit that one and click the send, and SMARTRobie will respond. I supposed to hit Vitrox. Yeah, hit this one. And click stock chart, stock comment in here, and you could see Vitrox there's a lot of resistance. Interesting enough, you can see here Vitrox, a lot of uptrust, so a lot of profit taking. It will be probably some time before this market can crack up, and definitely all these are reacting. But I do think that the 19th of September, that news was important, that to see this stock price actually move up. And as such that right now, profit taking is taking place. So we need to be vigilant. If you have bought this stock much earlier, this is definitely a time. So no surprise this morning, Vitrox goes down slightly in here. Yep, that's right, minus 1.6% in here on the good news. A lot of good news, profit taking. All right, let's go on to the US side. That's right. Now, US continue to make headlines in here, closing at a record high, ending 33 days of dry spell. Okay, and if you notice that is reported, but on the S&P 500, right? The Robie chart in here using Pentagon. Pentagon already turned earlier. Those of you who've been following me last Wednesday, you could see this was actually came out much earlier on the 17th of October. In here, the market really spins up here, turned green Pentagon and started to move up higher and higher. So that is definitely a positive, staying ahead even of the news that we've seen so far. So green Pentagon was much earlier than is. As such that I do think that the correction has been completed. Now you see an uptick. The question remains is that the old resistance on the red Pentagon that you see there, which is the 5th of September, can it break through? If it does break through, we will see a continued yield. And we still got another November month rally to come in here. And of course, let's push on and see what we have in store. Now, the stocks in play are definitely the PC business model, okay? The personal chips, personal computer chip model like AMD and NVIDIA continue to do very well of the get a boost from a new cloud gaming. And if you look at US side, AMD, and even last night, we do have Intel came in for reporting. I think I'll probably talk about it next week. And it came out very good news. So let's take a look at stock chart, stock comment here. And you can see moving up just on green Pentagon in gain of 12% since the last green Pentagon in here. And let's take a look at the news segment and see what sort of news we have in terms of, yep, that's right. AMD stock outperformed despite losses. October 12 falls on Friday, up 6%, track record, underperform. Okay, okay. So it looks like this stocks is moving up and news of that has been in play. Now, don't forget also this coming Saturday will be the link below is our Zoom session on the art of war. Now, there will be a lot of study between the two great masters. Of course, one is a legend in its sense, Mr. Warren Buffett in here in the world investing world. We will also look at some of his tenet, the things that he teach, whereas comparing to Sun Tzu in here. So make sure you check it out. This coming up as a Zoom link below for you to register. And of course, let's move our attention now to SGX, which is mainly a lot of them are REITs focused. So SGX here, switching over. Let's take a look at the stock this morning, SGX, and definitely you could see, yes, continue to make up just like we saw just now. S&P is playing to catch up, but you have the old resistance, which was in the early August, right on the left-hand side here versus here. Same thing like Malaysia, so very hard to break. So US have to be the big brother. US need to break through, and if you do see US breaking through, then this one will break through also very, very nicely. What do you think? Do you think this market's going to break through? Let me know and pencil in there. So on the SGX side, let's take a look at it on the SGX. Let's take a look at the Sabana. Okay, Sabana will be M1GU. Sometimes I don't understand Singapore. The naming convention is really, really very different from the Malaysian side in here. All right, but do check it out, key inside there, and you will find out. This is Sabana Sharia compliance. It's Sabah Sharia 43 cents, 1 month high in here. Still got green Pentagon, a bit of upside in here. Check it out on your own, and you will definitely see this would be good. Now let's take a look at our past leader. So far, our ST intraday trade hasn't been really successful. Even the one that we have last week was a chance for smart money to really closing the gap and really sell off in here. And let's see this week we will get one or not. Okay, we do have volume in here. Now we look at golden Pharos, which we talked about it last week on the 15th of October. It did stay up for 1 day, right? And the morning we catch it, and then morning opens up and then start to distribute down in here. So smart money has run out of money, I suppose. Right, and this is where we were looking at. Definitely here, 52 cents. We don't want to test it in here, but at the green pentagon in here, it might. Today it's up 1.3% in here. You have this test, and it was a failed test. Market breaks back down again. Not so good, huh? So that's usually intraday. If you do have a nice follow through, get in. If not, you want to be definitely out on this trade in here. Okay, and so the next stock that we have updated is every 30 minutes we are looking at ChinChin, and this is ChinChin this morning in here. You could see this stocks. Okay, switching to a wider chart here, you can see better. So this is ChinChin in here. You can see, make it a bit smaller so you can see that one. And let's take a look at the stocks for ChinChin. So make sure you get the real-time chart. That one definitely helps. ChinChin, okay, up, hits up, and then have a little bit of upthrust. You can see that one. So the market is flowing back in here. And on the daily chart, this is how it looks like. Okay, you can see break through the what we call the upper trend channel in here. Very likelihood the market is going to come back down again. So buy on the pullback, all right? Buy on the pullback, learn to use that. That is going to be helping you. But let's take a look at our hourly chart here. Okay, the market did pull back a bit. So weekly trend is up. Let's switch to a weekly trend. Yeah, weekly trend is up. It has been up since, wow, goodness, look at that one. Up 42 cents. Okay, this is definitely a construction company here, and daily chart is also up. Okay, so let's key in here. Weekly chart is up from 40 cents, and daily chart is up. So let me just turn this around. 29 September. Okay, let's switch to our hourly chart. So hourly chart is only breakout this morning. Okay, the first breakout that we have is 9 a.m. So that's pretty good. Okay, so we can put that here. Hourly breakout at 9 a.m. first. Okay, which is the 22nd of October. Now take note of it. Okay, the green pentagon already turned much earlier. You can see if you had gone in here, right, and if you have hold on to here, that will be already 8% in the money. Okay, 8% in the money. So green pentagon, which is on the, what date is this green pentagon? 8th of October. Okay, important price level. So this is where we switch on to Robie, and we are looking at the trading plan as well as exit strategy. Okay, so we put ChinChin. And switch over the stock chart, stock comment here. And you could see this is looking at trading plan. All right, trading plan, we have currently strong 141 and 150, all right, which is a 7%. 150 is almost here, okay. Weekly resistance is 142, which it broke through this morning in here, okay. So we have R2, which is $1.51, all right, and weekly 142 broken, okay. That's why the market, we take attention, because the weekly chart is broken, ready to go a bit higher from here. Do we have volume on the daily chart? Well, we have to see today the chart whether the volume is sustainable. Now take note of this one. You can see this morning is only up to about 10:30. The volume is not substantial, so we are likely to see the pullback A good place to buy is maybe somewhere around here, 138 or 139, that level in here. But I just want to demonstrate in this trade just to have some sort of follow through here. Okay, we have volume is slowly, but if it's not convincing, then we need to scratch the trade. Okay, scratch the trade means basically you just go up. Okay, let's look at the low support in here, which turn to exit strategy. So exit strategy here, we have support here, 135, 3%, 129, 128, 8% in here. So we're looking at 135, okay, low support in here because we want this stock started to go up, it will go up, okay, 135, which is the weekly support. And we have the high, which is 151, okay, 151 high. Period or trending, let's look at the intraday chart here. So you notice the intraday chart is only going to be 1, 2. Yeah, it's probably going to be really likely to be about how many bars here? Let's take a look how many bars we have here. Okay. So it's only 16 bars, okay? So you're talking about 15 to 16 bars. So right now, this is already gone the first. Okay, we already have 7 bars. So balance is 8 bars. So which does tells you likelihood this trade is going to come back down because you already run 7 bar, correct? We got another 8 more bars. So the next 8 bar have to either pick up or hit higher, else it's going to come back down and retest back to 139 and take it from there as another trade. All right, take note of it. So this is how you want to do analysis. This does not mean that this stock is going to go up, but at least you have some sort of plan to analyze it and really learn from this whole exercise that we are doing in here. I hope you like that. And let's turn our attention now to the next section that we have in here is sort of, you know, my take on the whole thing in Trade VSA, our community. We continue to, you know, build very good tools, our Trade VSA tools that we have, and our trader dashboard, which we'll be launching on the 6th of November. For those of you member, it's really a great tools. You can use it without additional cost, and also our wealth building roadmap, which you're doing on 15/16. If you come for the wealth building seminar that we are doing, you also get a chance to use 3 months of our plugin at the very special early bird price. So all being said in here, we continue to invest in all our coaches and mentor and learning together. Of course, last year was a very good year, 2020. We made about 106% in our portfolio. This year is not so bad. We are up to 14% so far for our portfolio in here. And my question, my take is, how has your portfolio been doing? Have you been making money? If not, how can we help you to put you in the right way in here? Now take a look always back into the amount of time that you put in and what are the tools you're looking, whether you have some sort of a method or not. Now next, this is our Trade VSA dashboard, and of course it comes with both the plugin that you can use it on TradingView as well as the access. Now the new features dashboard will be available from the 6th of November in here, so check it out in here. And of course for our members, trade with Trade VSA, just snapshot using our Trade VSA screener on our dashboard in here, and you stand a chance and post it into the Trade VSA Google review, right? And you stand a chance to win 30 ringgit Grab voucher and the iPad. That's right, the iPad. And this is a campaign that will go on to next year, January in here. Just take any screenshots, post it into the Google review, and a chance to win an iPad in here. And of course, every monthly submission for our members in here, you get a 30 ringgit Grab voucher. That's how simple is it. Use the Trade VSA screener in here. And of course, the promotion that we are doing right now is our wealth building roadmap, how to turn your portfolio around for 2022. We're going to be showcasing a lot of great things, and as well as our trader dashboard, which will be going facelift live on the 6th of November, timely for 15 on 16 in here. So make sure you check this thing out in here. Definitely will put you ahead of many of them. And if let's not forget, this coming Saturday, the Zoom link is below. We have been invited for our Art of War workshop, which I talked about earlier in here, and comparison between the two great gurus, Sun Tzu and Warren Buffett. And of course, don't forget to share and join our Telegram chat room in here for all information, both fundamental and technical, that will put you ahead of in here. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, right? And all information will be available and courses in here. And right now, we will turning our attention to stock review as usual. For the public, you get one. So do become our top sharer, top fans. You get 3 stock review. Of course, for our members, is unlimited stock review in here. But if you're from the public, do pencil in what is your profession, and I'll be happy to look at it. Okay, any stocks you want me to look at? Okay, all right. If there's no stocks for this morning in here, we will call it a day, and hope to see you, okay, tomorrow. That's right, tomorrow for our Zoom session in here, the Art of War, Sun Tzu versus Warren Buffett, the differentiation between them and what you can learn from these two great masters. Catch me tomorrow in here, and I'll see you later, and have a good day. Bye-bye.